horizontal. Chicka-chua. Okay, got that vertical going. Might be overwhelming. Might be overwhelming the whole dealy bop. Current bit rate is sort of lagging, dragging. We'll see. Nice. Just getting set up here. Glad you're here. Totally impromptu. This will be like on the low key, kind of like unvarnished. Just me trying to learn some licks as we go. But how you doing, Keith? Oh, nice. Glad you're here, Inca. Grab your guitar, because this is truly just going to be like a chef in the kitchen making a big old mess, trying to like my Sunday night. This trying to keep myself accountable and get in my practice time. I told myself I would try to average about an hour of practice per day, and I sort of lagged. I started strong, as we often do, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Life got crazy, as it often does. Actually, I did 4 days, I think. So now I got to pick up some slack and get in a solid hour of the twanging. There, when I press on that app, it'll pull up the actual image. Now I gotta like just not touch anything, including that. Oh gosh, even when I do that. Oh wait, no, that's all the things. Okay, we gotta stop that beat. Stop that nonsense. All right, enough of that shenanigans. Then this has got to be like this. Okay. Right. Oh, verb on the mic. Let's see. Good call. That might be. Yeah, that's. Hold on. That's gonna be. Oh. Able to. Oh yeah, this. Hold on. Yeah. Good heads up there. I'll get it. It's on the OBS stuff. Hang with me. It's gonna get groovy. Okay, so I gotta turn off. There it is. Ableton vid. Turn that off. Is that better now? Check 1 2. So it hopefully isn't coming back around through the delay or the display capture, whatever. Oh boy, tiny bit of slap back. Did that maybe fix it? Because that's usually just the unintentional loopy doop. And I'm having celery juice stretched out with sparkling water. It's not some crazy alien urine sample, I promise, that you know of. All right, let's go from better to best. Now, here's the groovy thing, I believe, is that the reason I went through the trouble of trying to get it into Ableton is that now I think I can dial the speed of the playback without screwing up the pitch. So we could get nice and get our clocks cleaned by how fast he plays it, and then we'll slow it down, right? Let me just one last double check to make sure that I am live. Okay, on the horizontal and the vertical. It's crazy. If you see this, jump in, say hi. Good to have you. Happy Sunday evening. And I'll do a lot of stopping and starting. My apologies. But right out of the gates, well, actually, I'll play the full clip. You'll get a scan of what we're in for. It's a 90-second clip. It's awesome, and you'll enjoy it. So again, let me know if the audio and everything sounds better, acceptable. Okay. Yeah. Double stops, bendies, chimies, diagonal pentatonics, stanky, twangy, yeah, major blues, ooh, jazzy, jazzercise it, stank, 9-chord, ooh, changing keys, yeah, chromatic, love it. Hybrid picking. I'm gonna have no idea what to do on the fretboard there, but okay. Oh yeah, moving it. Yeah. Playing it sweet, extra sweet. Oh, soulful, greasy, gospel, hitting us in the feels. Jazzing it. He's going to be playing in New York this week. Chromatic. It just goes. Oh. Right. is 90 seconds. All right, and thankfully, mercifully, the clip just sort of cuts off there, but something tells me he was just kicking into second or third gear and about to just melt some more, take some more paint off the ceiling there. Carter's Vintage Guitars. So, not my first and foremost wheelhouse playing country twang, but I'm not going to make excuses because we're here to learn and do the thing. And there's a lot of things in there that I recognize flying by. I got to sort of unpack them, slow them down, and find the bluesy nuggets in there, and then just we'll grab what we can. I don't have the sense that we'll be able to like hit every single dang thing, but ain't nothing but a chicken wing. All right, I'll stop doing that. Let's go. So he starts with something I can do. He starts with Smells Like Teen Spirit. Boom. Points on the board. It helps to have an easy win. Okay. All right. Okay, so as far as I can tell, this comes from my recent diving into his interview with Rick Beato and Tom Bukovac, and you got to check out those live streams. You got to check out that original interview. It's fantastic. But and that bend is tricky. It's going to be fun hearing me go for these. So, boom. E. And boom. A little better. But the real practice there, it's going to be able to get that index finger just to do a full step bend while holding down that. Okay. So just okay, but to do it. There's like a so that bending down towards the floor allows you to get it while holding. That's cool. So that's like an A shape with like a 3/4. Really pedal steel gorgeousness. I'm trying to figure where the thumb should go. Boom, 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 boom. We'll be here all night. Sorry. Okay, I got the shape of it. That's the best I can do is sort of block out the forms. Okay. Uh-oh, where'd I go? Uh-oh. And then they gotta put those letters right on top of it. Really. So, running up from... Is he doing that? No. Okay, so that's a E major pentatonic. So that's the idea. So sorry. So being able to like bend and then just stop. I think he's doing hybrid picking there. And then it just goes. Oh. I think I'm in the wrong spot, but I like it. Yeah, the machine is learning. So that's that like major. Same shape, but now it's minor, up 3 frets. And then resolve to that major third. Haha. Okay. Okay. Let's go back from the top. People, places, everybody. We'll stop right there. So just a slow speed boom. I think maybe boom, 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 boom. I can't quite get the phrasing. Boom. Sorry. so tricky because you're like doing a full bend, and you got to reach back and get this stuff here. So that's got to be clean. I can't have mushy fingering there, like mushy fingering. Gross. Same thing with this, especially. I won't keep doing that. We got to keep the show moving. This is such a show, right? Something to that effect, but I gotta dial it in. I think it's that. Get the darn letters out the way there, Carter. Get that Fender black pickguard out of the way there now. It might be that. That's kind of cool. If it isn't, I like that. I like that. Very almonds. Oh, that was accidental, but I love that. We're coming up with our own stuff. See what we can do there? Yeah. Trying to get a so whew, okay. So I'm really trying to crank on this here. So this is one of those topics where when you're trying to just do it in front of people, it's like an 11-year-old practicing violin or strangling a cat or both at the same time. So I'm sorry, because when you're missing on these 2-note bends, it's not the tastiest bag of Chex Mix in the world, but okay. Oh. That's a little stanky. All right, we'll keep it moving. I think he is doing that. Okay, so ba-bu-da, ba-bu. So E major pentatonic. Still in that shape. Ba-bu-da, ba-bu-da, ba. And then ba-bu-da. And then E blues, like sort of. But he's going, hitting that E major bar chord, hitting that third and the root. So those are like the double stop bends right there. Frisky. So that's just again like a E9 resolving to the third. All right, I'm gonna try to check the comments every now and then. How we doing out there? I don't often stream vertical, but when I do, it's now. Yeah, so on YouTube. I hope you're having a good night. I'm just like, my name's Tim Fagan, aka Guitar Friend Tim. Obviously, if you like my stuff, check out my channel. But this is just sort of like a low-key, semi-under-the-radar, trying to learn some country twang. It's not really my thing, but I live here in Nashville, and there's this incredible, obviously, like complete landscape of Nashville guitarists here, and one of them you probably know, Guthrie Trapp, and he's amazing, and as always. And he did an interview this week with Rick Beato and with his buddy Tom Bukovac, Uncle Larry. And so just trying to learn some of the licks from that video. This happens to be an Instagram reel or just a reel that Carter Vintage Guitar put out. And I'm just taking it piece by piece. So he plays that a few times. Just all based around E major, E9, E7, all those shapes. Mixolydian, even though he's not a big modes guy. That's what's going on there, technically. New key. So he's suddenly in C sharp. It's a good thing I don't have my telly actually, but I'm on the bridge pickup of this sort of stanky little MIDI guitar. So, so he does chromatic. So there's C sharp there. Wait, where'd he go, the ball? And then does it go to B flat? I missed that. I sort of blanked out. Oh, so F sharp. So he goes, yeah, C sharp. And then he slides into F sharp. This. Let's try it going slow mode. Let's see how it goes. Half speed. Oh yeah, he's setting up the Children of the Unicorns chord. The children of the unicorns will find a way to prosperity in the 90s. In the 90s. Love that. Sorry, I get mystical on that chord. I get mystical. That. I think it's. Probably just closer voicing there. Now I'm trying to like square away how could I find that shape in any key. So that's my triad. So we've got, happens to be F sharp. Doesn't matter that it's a fancy sounding key. It's this triangle shape I'm trying to find here. And then it's this. Is that how he's playing it? No, he goes down, so. But he's playing, okay, so he's going down here to play like out of a, like a big old F sharp 7, like that classic sort of E shape. So he's getting to that duo right there. So let me double check that. So probably not that. See, here's the thing. It's always going to be, not always, but most of the time, if you're doing something that everything's going along somewhat logically and there's like, whoa, that's a crazy fingering, especially if you're in like standard tuning. And because if you're trying to figure something out and you can't see what the fingers are doing and you don't know if they're maybe in like dadgad or something crazy, then you're going to end up playing crazy ass fingerings and all that. But if it's basically standard tuning and you're understanding most of what's happening, and then there's a moment where it's like, wow, are they really doing this? They're probably not. And then thankfully I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm trying to decipher what's my recipe. Okay, so that's way more, so it's way more easy and logical as far as the flow. So now I gotta try to just play it somewhere else. I can't play it right there because I run out of frets. So if I was in G. 1, 2. Sorry, this is what I'd be doing if I'm on my own. So it holds that root. There's a root, and that creates just a nice. So it's really just kind of a logical, but it's just walking my way through it. Oh God. Okay, now we're back here. That's a good way to. Oh, good gravy. Here we go. Boom. Children of the Unicorn right there. Right. Ha. Love it. All right, we're going to try to go back from the tippy. By the way, you can bounce whenever this gets too boring for you. How are you? Single notes, octaves, and bar chords. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So I'm not sure. I didn't see when the message came through there, Thomas. But and this is apologies as always. If this is unbearable, you can totally keep it moving. But if this at all interests you to see how someone can struggle, yeah, there's like a lot of bar chord shapes underneath as sort of like the blueprint of where I'm kind of visualizing at least. And there's also a lot of like major pentatonic spots for some of the earlier licks, and double stops that are sort of based around those. Double stops that maybe would have like he's changing keys. A lot of it's based around like major blues type of licks and the country kind of sound, the Mixolydian sort of sound. And in this case, yeah, he's kind of working his way down to an F sharp, getting that open. So this is just kind of a nice, when you have the open 2 strings, you're going to get like a suspended, like sort of a F sharp 7, 11 basically, because you're getting this like 4 chord there, or 4 note. So here he's doing like that's like a triad shape, or you can see the full chord. I keep going early there. So that's just like a 5th. All right, see where we are. Slower mode here. Not trying to be perfect, just trying to be Tim. That's my name. So this is like half speed almost. Boom. Boom. So just E major pentatonic and then down to a D, so E7, D7, and then he goes A, B. I like that. Okay, let's try to go from about there. That's really right in. Something to that effect. Love it. Yeah. Yeah. That sort of descending thing is really cool. It's like the so this is kind of doing like a E, D, E, D, like you could just do like E and D on and on down the neck like triads, which is cool. Daboo, daboo, boo, boo. Kind of keeps doing that. Daboo, 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 daboo. So I see a lot of that now in both Uncle Larry and Guthrie's playing is like the chromatic bit, that flat 5, and then resolve into the 3rd. So you get that kind of bluesy. So right on down the line, and they'll do it at like. Anyway. All right, moving on. Daboo daboo. Just a bit of mishmash review, all right? Boom, boom, bam. So he does like a C sharp 7 arpeggio. So that's why you gotta know the root 3, 5, and then 7. That gets you to 6 right there. I forgot what this one was. Oh yeah. But he does it like that. Okay, so I was doing, but he's doing. See, again, that makes more sense. It's easier. It's more logical versus trailing that finger back. So. Then just right there on that 3rd string. And I'm trying to play one of those licks I learned earlier in the week, just in all the spots that we hit. So I start to like get acquainted with what it sounds like and feels like in different parts of the neck, because that's a tricky bend. And down here in these lower strings, it's a bigger distance to go in terms of the amount of tension I need. So I'm just sort of like, every time I'm in a new key, I'm like. And also put my own spin on it, because each time I play it, I slightly forget how he played it, which is kind of my goal. Is sort of like do the cassette mixtape version of like just sort of warble it, leave it out in the sun a bit so that I cover my tracks. This one's giving me trouble. So that's the real trick to it. It's that sounds so cool and is also like got to be ready. So this is kind of what I talk about, is like being able to see where I'm headed. I need to get there, but I'm starting with but I got to really know where I'm going, because if I'm not ready to just put that sort of, it's like landing on a banana peel. I got to be like just passing through, but also hitting where I want to aim. Because if I hesitate, then it's not the lick anymore, because it's all about that kind of and where it goes. All right, try to move the goalpost, the 10-yard, the hash, whatever the chains, move the chains a bit. Okay, so buddy, I missed it. Now I just switch. It's almost like the end of a movement there, because not like a cultural movement, but just sort of like a vignette. And then he's like, all right, buddy. So he just sets up A, uses that open string, which is great, the D. So instead of da, yeah, do, it just goes down a major scale. And that's a great way. I mean, it's not necessarily like, it's a truly like a classical method of like establishing a key. Like if you play a string of a major scale, you really announce like you're just basically saying, now we are officially in A major. And then just I like how I'm like lulling myself into thinking like, yeah, I'm keeping up. And it's true, this is the speed I should be playing at, or slower. And then I can one day play it at schwomp. It's just smoothness, being ready with it. It's like you got a friend. Sorry about the intonation on this guitar. I really am gonna put it in a campfire. I mean, get it set up. I've been lazy and busy. Oh God. It's one of those things where like you tune it and then based on the tuner, you're in tune, but then the moment you fret a note, it's like way not the vibe. Then we have a guitar like that where it's like, cool, I'm in tune. And then you go to like play and it's like, oh, the intonation's whack. Okay. So the trick to that, I'm just talking to myself by the way, is like having it just be body like body okay, keep moving. Yeah, that's that like ball. I think did he just go to B? Yeah. Again, that's the sort of the establishing that mixolydian, that sort of dominant 7 sound. So it goes E, open E, and then B, oh, he's got to be going hybrid on that. We gotta slow that shit down. I'm gonna bring you on down to the human scale. Too high. Boom, boom. Oh, I like that. That's kind of new. It makes sense though. He's going up to the red house, right? So we've done some forensic work. Now it's B. Gotta get these little bits, whatever this. Like but that'll be much used. So a whole step bend gets me up to boom. All right, how does he spell that walk up? Okay, something to that effect. So it's triad right there, just in that bar chord shape. I'm gonna treat it like it's that. I think it is. So it's like 1, 3, 5, 7. 7 bends up to 1. So like I came from the Mark Knopfler side of it, and he was getting it from Chet and Friends. Now I'm coming back to the source. But that's really good to have that. sort of plucky, sort of slightly palm muted, and then yeah, it's very like crazy shouty emoji guy, where the very like Monsters Inc. What is that guy got? He's like a pirate. Was yeah, Galen, you got to get into this kind of the hybrid style, especially you could just forget the pick, like, because I'm doing some of the switching, but if you just stayed in that, like, so the ukulele mode, then having some of these like flourishes, and all it is just like thumb, finger, right? Having a finger per string, like the fingers and then the thumb, just they're dedicated to it. Just even that, just practicing that, like, ba-da-da, as if it's like a drum roll. Like, by the way, I'm talking to my friend Galen, not my imaginary friend. He's real. Whew. So, I'm imagining this just pushing people's patience, but here we are. So, something like that. I don't know if he does that sort of Pretty Woman like. It doesn't matter. I think it's that. And then he does. I'm going with that. Anyway, it's close enough for my sauce. Oh. I missed it entirely. And then oh, that's great. Okay. So he's done that earlier in the E when he did the. So that's in E, right? And then he resolves on the. So it's E blues. Ooh, and straight into the. Oh, wait. We've heard this. Where's he getting that? I think he is doing that. He's doing that, yeah. Oh, he's doing, and he's bending with his first finger. That's that country thing where they just bend with a crazy kind of like illogical finger. Meaning it's like you got to have that. And it's funny how when, like a lot of, funny enough, this week I've been giving a lot of lessons where one of the subjects is bending, and how if you have your other fingers to reinforce it, let's say we're in B and we're like trying to get it a whole step bend. So like having these, I say like pack of hot dogs. You sort of put them together and then they have more help. And it's more of a rotation than it is like pushing the fingers like that. And that is still true, I think, a lot of times, but there's a whole other style of bending that I'm finding here in this country world where often it's like reaching back to fret a note while you're bending up here. And the result is that you got to have the bending finger kind of go it alone. And so it's kind of like being a Hercules and just being like, and it creates a really interesting kind of sound because you have to set up your fingertip more like directly on the string rather than when you're like this, you're a little flatter and you can kind of be kind of mushing, which is great. I mean, that's for the blues thing that, you know, many heroes use. It's not one or the others, but for this, you kind of curl your fingers and you hit it right on the head. And I don't know if this is how they teach it or if anyone would care what I'm saying right now, but it's like, I'm finding that if I'm able to like hold the, and then let the curl of the finger just kind of be like right there on like more like directly down on it. If I'm explaining myself or over explaining myself well enough, I don't know. But, and then it can kind of just have enough leverage and enough pad of the finger so that when it extends, so that when you pull the bed out of the couch, it can actually like have enough like oomph. Whereas if I was flat on it, it would slide out from under the finger. So I'm like, sometimes I'm like, because I'm used to being able to do that. And now I got to be ready to position my finger to be like, if I'm trying to match what he's doing. You see that on the screen. It's like all happening right there. So it's like, what do you do? He did like and then it's like and then straight down into this. I didn't go down far enough. So it's like tangy. All right, let's go back and let him do it right. And the rhythm matters. What's he grab for that top note? He's using pinky? Yeah, so it's pinky and first finger. And is he bending that whole thing? Yeah, it's all about that middle finger being the one that's like... That makes sense. Because it's right there, kind of just like... Oh my gosh, this is tricky. Love it. Oh, okay, so what's the phrasing? One more time. For the kids. Tim Taylor, how we doing? Oh, I'm working slowly, chipping away at it. I want to show... I already know you know that I'm utterly mortal. But I'm just trying to just lay it all out. Guts on the table. I gotta hear this speed. Even though I can't play the speed, I gotta get that rhythm. That'd be a thing. I can't do that because I got that thingy that he's playing. So no backing tracks right now. Let's go forward a bit. Babu. All right, give me a shout in the comments if you're jamming along. I'm streaming on horizontal and vertical on YouTube right now, and let me know if you got your guitar. Give me a guitar emoji or just give me a shout. I'm seeing Galen here, Galen there. What's Galen over here got to say? Seems like all the bends are in G and D strings in the middle of the fretboard. Yeah, so far, the bends have been G and B strings. I think, if that's what you mean, like the sort of like it's mostly been the G string, and then sometimes it's a double stop, so it was like up there on the second and third string, and then so a lot of that, and then so far the third string, the G string has been the star there. In fact, let's go back to the top. I know. There's no way, by the way, I had no intention of being able to get through all 90 seconds. This is more like, let's start reading War and Peace tonight. Yeah, I gotta be able to keep those the pinky and the fretted notes relaxed. So, and it's really just the phrasing, boom, 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 like long, that kind of thing. All right, well, thank you, Ion Gamer. I hope you don't mind just chilling. That's all we're doing. Thanks for being here, though. And then this is cool. This is like the coming out of the bar chord shape, third fret or third string. And that's I like that kind of thing. I mean, I like all this, but this is something where it's like so obvious and built in. But it's not often that blues players will be thinking of doing a little subtle downward bend. It literally is almost like trying to get. It's more like hitting a pedal, like on a pedal steel. Like as far as the approach, it's got to be like kind of accurate and quick, like, and not overshoot. You can imagine taking it for a walk. So so that's how he opens. Working on that. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. It's that, yeah, it's the pull-offs I gotta get better at, all of it, but like. And it's like, you're not gonna get another, you shouldn't get another hit of it, like as far as picking, it's like, at speed it'd be like, just straight in. Obviously not at full speed the way I played it, but it's supposed to be all connected. That little bend there, all that stuff. Personality. All right. Okay. New key, we're in that C sharp for a bit. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Is that what that is? Boom. So he goes straight, yeah, he does the arpeggio. I think I saw it there, but now I see it. No, I was right the first time. I'm just losing my mind there, love. He's got some interesting, yeah. No, that's how I do it. Sometimes you're just like, how's he playing that? I was like, oh yeah, that's the right way to play it. Again, it's that whole, they must be doing something different. It's like, no, they're just playing their ass off, and it's great. This one, bam. Gonna have to take these bite by bite, baby. Body. Let's go a little before that, obviously. I can see how that's a little easier now. I'm gonna do that. Oh my gosh. We'll do a little bit more. We'll just kind of get to the end of that phrase and then see where that drops us off in the middle of a cornfield. Yeah. that move we're seeing again, where it's just like that double stop of like the third. He's in B, you know, like he's. That's what we were doing up here. In fact, I kind of want to like, I'll cool off at the end of this with just about 5 minutes of building a little mini backing track and just kind of maybe staying in one key and trying some stuff. And that's the thing is like, right where you would think that the phrase normally, and by normal I just mean like in, I don't know, like typical sort of like maybe blues phrasing, there'd be an ending. It waterfalls right into the next thing. So right would be like ba ba roo ba da ba. It goes ba ba roo ba ba ba. So it's like right at the ba and then ba ba. So it's like phrase, touching, you know, bookends right into each other. Ba ba roo ba 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 roo ba da ba ba. So that's that lick right there. So now it's sort of stringing those together. I'm gonna take my chips off the table and try to salvage my dignity. No, this is so much fun. I don't need to continually poop on my own head, but it's fun to apologize and then just do your best. Gosh dog it. I'll try to find, maybe I'll just, I'm looking at my drum loop library. Can I enter train? Sort of a train beat kind of thing, just like a slow motion, like a train beat slow jam. How are y'all doing? If anyone's out there watching, tell me a little bit about what kind of guitar you're playing. What are you holding? Electric, acoustic? Did you see the interview with Rick Beato and Uncle Larry, as he's called, Tom Bukovac, and our gentleman right here, Guthrie Trapp? Barry Hugh. Hey, how we doing? Good to see you. Train beat. I'll just find something here. And my BPM in Ableton is all crazy because I made it so that I could just turn the dial all the way for 100% on his video, but that means that the BPM would be like 200, so it doesn't have any semblance on reality. So let me see if I put it at like, I don't know, like 90 or something like that. And I've muted his video, just talking out loud again. So sounds like the Footloose version of the, these are all gone quiet, and then that's too loud. About to repeat it. Need a better sound one. That one's good. I'll play it slower than that for shizzle. I love Ableton. Is anyone else out there using Ableton Live? I've been a Logic guy forever. Pro Tools back in the day. And then, you know, about 10, 15 years ago at this point, Logic demonstrated like, yeah, we're going to do MIDI a lot better than Pro Tools. And Pro Tools is like, no, we're the industry standard, bro. And then I love Logic still. I use it a lot still, like for certain things, for, I don't know, you know, it's comfort zone stuff as far as vocal tracking and mixing and stuff like that. But Ableton, you know, with all the controllers and loopers and stuff and just warping stuff on the fly is so good. So at this tempo, what I might practice is like some of the like real rhythmic double stop, like I'll just turn off the I'll go slower. I'm pushing it too much. Let's go like 70. I'll go 75. Don't want to make it too slow. Chow, chow, chow. Oh yeah, in the middle of the screen was the playback video, is the video of Guthrie Trapp that I've been learning from. I'm just sort of like gonna try to like play a few of the licks and internalize them. went. Hope you don't have anywhere to be. If you can, you can boogie. I get it. I'm gonna just add a little EQ to this. I've been noticing that, especially on like phone speakers, I got to give a little more nosiness to the sound. I'm adding like some 1K, some here. It's getting a little bit. Well, actually, it wouldn't be affecting that because I already recorded it. I'm an idiot. My team is. The name of my game is Guitar Brown Town. 1, 2. Pretty good. So, what I'm trying to do is like remind myself off the top of my head, what were the things in the different keys? Can I move them all, in this case to F sharp, which is like kind of a key I wouldn't normally pick, but like, you know. So I'm just going down here in the bridge pickup, which is this little like humbucker dealy bop. By no means am I like a tone hunter right now, but definitely a different sound than if I was switching to like the other pickup I use a lot, which is like, that's that like rounded sort of stratty sound. So that's the basic vibe. But are there any questions? I don't know if this is like a question asking type of stream, but holler at me if you're interested in asking any questions, and I'll wrap up in a little bit. And if you've watched, thank you so much for checking it out. I'm just having a real fun time starting to jump in the water and practice as much as I teach. You got to walk it a walk, and I love getting my butt kicked. Getting your butt kicked, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, draw the shape on the screen that most of the double stops are coming from this key. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this will be a good, as I walk through it. As I walk through the valley of the double stops, I'll take a look at my bands and say, oh, that hurts. All right, so F sharp major, that shape right there. And so that's kind of our loose kind of backdrop there. Let me see. Yeah, like that right there is one of the main double stops there that I'm rocking. And then this pair right here, if you can imagine that F sharp is there the whole time in my mind. And then like, I'll just sort of scribble like, oh yeah, that would be like a F sharp 9 chord, or the, you know, the triangle right there would be an F sharp 7. That guy. right there. So that's a real signature part of the sound. He does that. And then of course that gives us, that's our setup there. Like right here would be like, oh, those are our three, sorry, it's going to go off the map there, but those are our three spots there that come out of that major pentatonic there, right? So like, right, so that's that G shape right there to appease the cage bot gods. But right here, yeah, so there's a lot happening right there, and he's going, so his first finger is there, he sets up there a bunch. In fact, I'll show you, like if we move it to another key, like let's just move it, well, let's move it to E. There's a bunch of stuff in E, and then we'll sort of wrap up shop. That gives us a little more, well, what's a good key that I could put in the middle, like we'll do D, right? Yeah, because D will yeah, it's funny how guitar keys, they make sense because they sort of suit the shape of the neck, and they also suit the tone, because when you play a lot of these twangy things and you start getting down into C and stuff like that, it's like, although he's doing stuff in B, so what am I talking about? I have no idea what I'm talking about. In fact, let's do B. You can tell I'm tired. I'm sorry for my extra double ramblings here, but so there, setting up first finger there. So I think what would be important is to make sure that, like, hey everybody, thanks for checking out this like random live stream. I normally do them like on Saturdays during the day, but if you check out any of my content, this is like just a very loose version of it. So consider this just hanging with guitar friend Tim as I try to slog through some amazing country licks. But thanks for being here, and I'm gonna wrap up soon. So looking at B major, the trick would be to, you know, see that that B major chord, that bar chord shape, and then immediately imagine you've got this ability to slide up into the major pentatonic. So I'll draw these in sort of like the open circles here, just to kind of like have a ghost shape of that, because there's a lot happening there in that shape. And then I'll switch to, like, I don't know, yellow or something here, as like there's a lot happening based around here, because that's kind of like a B7. So these are all related to B. Like if I'm playing like that classic sort of B7 kind of open chord type of thing, or a B9, that's where you're going to get this, it's going to be the 9 and the flat 7 right there. So that's, so he does that a bunch. That would be something that would be a real clear takeaway from here, is like in all keys, like chromatic. So that's like bluesy, resolving on that major third to give it that kind of major blues sound. And then here, so that's like those thirds right there, kind of grabbing them and doing a crazy spicy bend there, as far as what I can tell. Maybe he's got a slightly different fingering, but because you're kind of getting like a, which is a really great, that's really important. Full step bend. And now imagine, this is the last thing I'll show you, then I'll hit the hay. I feel like I'm crashing. So you've got your major pentatonic, and then, as we all know, hopefully at this point, because you're doing your work and you're getting your relative major and minors squared away, I'm just going to kind of circle in sort of a different color of purple. That is if I'm picturing a B minor pentatonic shape. But obviously we've got major third there, which is the same as the, having those in different spots is important. So he does a lot of stuff where he's doing like a same type of bend, but 3 frets. It gets the minor sound. He does another one here that I really love. So this is like that major 7, that dominant 7 arpeggio, right? So I know it's crazy with the dots. So real quick flourish there. and he's bending up, then he's hitting that major third. That's at like, I mean, all I can say is eat your vegetables, floss, get rest, and practice all the stuff that he talks about. You know, not to be the next person who's ranting at you. I know you got a busy life and everything, but as much as I love his music and I see him play quite often up the road on Monday nights, and I'll record voice memos and I'll sort of try to learn it in the same way I'm doing now. He pretty much says almost every single video I see each week, like, learn the flavors, the dominant 7 flavor, learn the full major scale flavor, learn the minor, like these core flavors. I don't know if he calls them flavors, but the sound, because then you can, especially with that dominant 7 that he's using so much in this sort of freestyle. He has, you know, just going from key to key. He's playing these really interesting shapes, and then along the way, as I'm breaking it down, it's like each one of them hits a topic. What I'm trying to get to is like, oh, arpeggio, like he's using it, and he's not just using it in any part of the scale. He's using it down low. He's using it in the middle. He's using these bends that he's really getting nice and clear. Obviously better than I'm doing right now. And then, so the pentatonic shapes. And so these things that might seem like they're kind of like, oh yeah, I got it. It's like, yeah, but if you really, really got it, then the fun starts to be what I can see is like, it helps me understand where I am, because he might not be playing very much at all of the pentatonic shape, but I can tell he's sort of set up there, meaning it's not always going to be that clear when a really experienced player is like setting, like their mind is sort of hovering over, like in this case, like a B major pentatonic shape. But I can tell by the fingering, like, oh, he's basically setting up, like if someone said you can only stay in one spot, he's going to be basically exploiting that like scale shape. And then he'll move to another spot where he's kind of these shapes that I've spelled out, where it's like these little zones that require that moment of like knowing where the triad is, knowing where the scale shape is, to just be a non-event. It's not even like oh yeah, where's that triad? He's not necessarily even thinking like that triad. He's just like here. He's just that area of the neck that has that particular more major sound, more minor sound, and then resolve it. It's just like boom, these like sort of like a boxer or something. It's just like boom, 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 combos. And I can talk it better than I can walk right now. But thank you for sticking around and doing your deal. Let's sort of leave it out here on a B type of amp. Boom, 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 boom. We're doing our best out here, gang. Why'd I stay there for 2? Hey, good time. See you guys. How do I turn off these streams? How do I go to bed? Where are my dogs?